Welcome to Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
So grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use.
Welcome to Just Minding My Business Media, LLC. Every day we can learn and grow in unexpected ways. We may miss the opportunity if we close our hearts. Today, Just Minding My Business Media, LLC is pleased to welcome some of the contributing authors of the soon-to-be-released anthology, A Little Perspective, Real Stories of Little Ladies. Each of the contributing authors is a person with dwarfism. We look forward to learning much from them, their experiences and gifts they bring to life. Samyuktha Neeraja is a woman of color with dwarfism living in the Chicago area. She is a program manager at the American Association of Nurse Anesthesiology, holds a master's degree in public health from Benedictine University, and a bachelor's degree in molecular and cellular biology from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Samyuktha volunteers in multiple capacities and is co-founder of the Little People of India. In addition, she maintains a travel blog called Just a Little Traveling and shares travel tips for people with dwarfism. To add to her varied achievements, Samyuktha understands the importance of determination and believes her experiences and lessons that she learned have enabled her to be the independent, successful, and diverse human being she is today. Now she imparts her experience as a contributing author to the soon-to-be-released anthology, A Little Perspective, Real Stories of Little Ladies. Welcome, Samyuktha.
Yes, welcome,
Hi.
Samyuktha. Pleasure to have you here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's awesome to be here with you both.
Absolutely. Well, you are very, very busy, to say the least.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yes. So tell us, let me ask how it was growing up as a child. Let me just ask that question. I'd like to know.
Sure. So I was born in India. I was born in the southern part of India, so in a small temple town called Tirupati. And that's where my mom grew up. She's from India. And so I came to the US when I was a year and a half. And so I've been pretty much living here. I live in Chicago. The Chicago area. So I've been living in the Chicago area for pretty much all my life. Definitely growing up as a little person, it took a while for me, I guess, being young, at a young age, it took me a while to fully accept myself and to fully be confident in my body. And even though I had short stature, and I always, when I was in school, I always wanted to fit in. I was such a people person. I just wanted to be everyone's friend. And it didn't matter that I was short. I just wanted to be friends with everybody and, be well liked and just be seen, be heard. And I think that's, to this day, my mom calls me a people person, because I love just talking to people, interacting with people, connecting with people, and just being with them, and even though I had a lot of challenges, being short, I was able to, my mom was a huge factor. My mom was a huge, she's my biggest advocate, till today, in just really building that confidence and really being that person who never gave up on me, who fought so hard to ensure that I fit in, that I was seen as a human being, that I got all my, that I got what I needed to succeed, all the accommodations, all the education, educating, schools, people, and I'm the oldest of five girls, so 5 daughters, and my sisters were advocates too. They, when I was growing up, I would I kind of put blinders, like, growing up, not like physical blinders, but, going out into crowds or going out into public. My method, the method to survive and succeed was to just kind of block everything, like just not pay attention, ignore the rudeness, ignore the ignorance, and like just really push through the adversity and not let it bother me. Because I knew that if I couldn't keep moving if I like let those things bother me. Right. So it's funny because my sisters would be the ones that would look out. They would be the ones pointing out like, oh, that kid is being stupid, or like the one standing up for me where I'm trying to get from one place to another and I don't notice. So it was, it's like, what, they were staring? I didn't see, So yeah, like I think just building that, my family were just huge support, biggest systems of support and love, and really treating me as, no different, but also still being, my biggest support system and biggest fans.
Yes, and I think support is huge, no matter, for everybody, because the world can be cruel sometimes, let's face it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And having those support systems is very huge in development. And I think it's very important till you leave this earth, actually, because when we become adults, we still need support. We still have life coming at us. We still have situations that in the beginning can be devastating. Mm-hmm. And we still need that support system to meet until the day we leave this earth. So I'm just happy to hear that you had loving arms around you. And I love your personality. I can tell you're a people person.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about your organizations and the work that you do.
Sure. So I currently, my full-time job is that I'm a program manager, specifically like chapter relations for the American Association of Nurse Anesthesiology. I know it's a mouthful, but I work for a national association for CRNAs. So the nurse anesthetists, anesthesiologists, they are the ones who work in the operating rooms, providing anesthesia, administering anesthesia to the patients. So they've definitely been, on the front lines during, the COVID-19 pandemic. So you probably heard about them in the news, just really being utilized in all areas of, the hospital and the ICU, not just the, operating room, just like being there, like going through a lot. So that's my job. I'm in the chapter relations state management department. When I'm not working, I love volunteering. I think growing up, I felt like I needed, my purpose was to just really pave the way for people who have been disadvantaged, people with disabilities, people from marginalized communities, pave the way for them so they could be empowered, to achieve their dreams and just be that source of, I guess, inspiration, hope, and to know that there is a chance for you, there is opportunity, that you deserve it as much as other people. So I was a part of, the Little People of America. That's the national organization, support organization for little people. And I, was an officer in the Windy City chapter for a while. I also am the creator and co-founder of the Little People of India, which is like a national association for people with dwarfism in India. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, because I was so grateful to what LPA has done for me, especially for my mom, coming to a new country and just knowing like, where can she get the resources? Where can she get the support? And so because I'm grateful I made those connections to really build that self-acceptance and connection and confidence, I was like, I need to help people in India. I need to do something for a country of 1 billion people, and like how many little people there are. I need to do something there. So that's why I was like, so that's how I started, that association there. And I'm also the vice president of the Benedictine University. That Benedictine University is where I got my master's of public health from. So I graduated with the MPH, the master's, in 2013. And I currently serve as vice president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. So that's like another volunteer thing I do. And through that, I've been doing disability awareness events and just really finding ways to have people with disabilities get the support and resources they need.
Wow.
Okay, I just want to take you back for 1 second.
Sure.
Amongst all the things that you've been doing, and talk to us a little bit about what you discovered when you went back to India and became a co-founder of Little People in India. What was the situation? What did you discover there? And how did it differ or complement your experience here in the States?
Yeah, so I actually didn't get a chance to go back to India until actually 2019. But just being very immersed in the culture, in my Indian culture, like coming here, my mom was very integral in making sure that we never lost sight of our Indian roots and, Hindu faith. I'm a practicing Hindu. And because of that, just learning and immersing and just being so in touch with my Indian heritage, really helped me find out about what's really going on in India, and just what my mom would share, a bit of research, a bit of talking to people. And when I went to India myself, I could see it's not accessible. India is not accessible for little people or just people with disabilities in general, because it's a very ancient country, and a lot of the public places like temples, just sidewalks getting around, they're not in place. The old structures or old landmarks are not renovated so where people with disabilities can access it, because it's so important for them to preserve those things versus, improve, which is just a really complicated situation, but so, and also I think there's a lot of education around disability, and it really starts with educating the doctors. I noticed that there is such a lapse with the medical information, in the Indian community and within the medical community here, because when, in India, in Indian healthcare, the doctors are revered in such high positions in India, right? Because that's it's a stereotype where if you're Indian, you're going to grow up to be a doctor, just one of those things. And because of that, in India, doctors are held in such high positions. And when you go to the doctor and a parent is going to be someone is pregnant and they diagnose the baby as having a dwarfism, it can go either way in the sense what the doctor tells them. If the doctor tells them, oh, I don't know, your child's going to have problems. Oh, I don't know, your child is, nothing, that parent will believe them. The parents will believe anything the doctors say. Mm-hmm. So that's why it really starts with them to educate, to really know about the medical, technicalities, the medical knowledge, and really so that they can tell the parents hey, yes, your child will have difficulties, your child will have challenges, but they are perfect. They as long as you put these things in place, they will be fine. They can have a regular life just like any other average child. Mm-hmm. So because of that, there's, that trickle down effect, because if the doctor already has a bad feeling or negative feelings toward, the child, it's gonna, pass along. And it's just really ignorant. It's just, disabilities look seen as a burden in India. And with little people ourselves, we're also seen as funny, a novelty, that's why people, employ today, even in the US, there's still places that we need to educate, but in India, it's a lot more, it's amplified more because there's no education and awareness.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So I'm sure, yes, I'm sure. So what is your organization doing to help to educate?
So right now we're still at the very beginning stages. So we've implemented a Facebook group, a Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. We have a Facebook support group. We have a WhatsApp group. So we have over 100 members on there. We have parents. We have people from all over India, all types of dwarfism. We have parents. we have young kids, we have athletes, we have like definitely, little people with all different backgrounds. So it's really, our main goal is really just to like really bring people together because India is such a big country. It's so vast. A lot of little people there are isolated. They don't have that sense of connection or belonging. And like, I think education and, awareness is definitely going to be a process, but it's really about bringing people together and really giving that hope. Like, hey, there's someone like me out there. I'm not alone in this. So we're hoping that once we have the structure, the foundation, then we could, take that next step to get that website, to really get out the paperwork. Because to be honest, like, because I'm in the US, I could only do so much here, like provide the guidance and, provide the support. But it's really the vision lies with India, like the little people in India, because they know how to work the system. They know who to contact, so as much as I could do, it's really what they want too.
Okay.
All right.
All righty. So your chapter in the book. What do you talk about?
So I talk about my trials and tribulations of dating as a little person, and finding love and really navigating the society's expectations of marriage, and how being Indian, how being a woman of color and heavy dwarfism fit in, how they all, and just basically like the experiences I had, and my expectations of getting married when growing up, and really trying to make that happen, and also, and all the downfalls that I've had with the dating, or just like the rejection and the heartbreak, but how I've learned from it.
So it has been a pleasure, to say the least. I can't wait to do more with you and helping you get your word out.
Thank you.
Because I think it's very, very important. So thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Your business, through Just Minding My Business Media, has exposure on internet radio, major social media platforms, and now TV. Through Just Minding My Business, dynamic digital marketing platform. Don't listen to the word on the street. Hear it for yourself. Visit jmmb.assistercircle.org to learn how you can take your business, your vision, to the next level. Voiceovers by RCH VoiceWorks, for when you want to be heard. Call 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford.
And I'm your co-host, Ruth Haskins.
We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.